So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Doing a little maintenance on the swimming pool here, and so far so good. It has been a lot less work than what I thought it was going to be. Hasn't really been a big deal. And I think a lot of the credit goes to this auto cover right here, worth every penny. Not only as a safety factor, but it keeps all the debris from blowing into the pool when you're not using it. I just opened it up a bit. I'm going to do a quick test. Everything looks great though. When we first got the pool, I was testing it every day. You know, now it's like maybe every 3 days. As expected, the chlorine levels are just a little bit high. And I say as expected because it hasn't been getting as much use. Hunter's been in the pool at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half every day. But Melissa and Eva are at the beach. They'll be back in a couple days, so it just hasn't been getting used as much. I also got all the grass cut this morning, but I'm torn on something. I thought I had it figured out, but I'm not sure. So I got 2 string trimmers here, also known as weed eaters, weed whackers, line trimmers, weed trimmer, grass trimmer, or if you're in the UK, I think they call them a strimmer. Anyway, for the last couple years, I was convinced this was our go-to. The Stihl KMA 135R, the battery-powered one. I never thought I would fall in love with a battery-powered weed whacker, but that's pretty much what we've used the last couple years until this morning. Levi was using this one, so I grabbed this one. This is a, I forget what it is, FS91R. And you know, I like it as well. I don't know which one I prefer, but I do know we can do our entire place on one battery with this one. I would say it comes down to this. Battery for most situations. And like, it's easier to control the speed when you're near the fence and you don't want to tear the fence up with the battery. The gas one, it's more powerful, but most of the time all that power is not needed. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Personal preference. We'll probably keep using this one, but I'm going to put this one back into the rotation some as well. They're both good. I don't know. I don't know which I prefer more. But speaking of battery stuff, I showed you this a couple weeks ago. Fantastic blower, the BGA 250. We got 2 of these. One will stay in the back of the buggy for down at the sawmill, out at the barn, those types of things. This one will stay up here by the pool. You use it all the time here on the patio, blowing the cover off, whatever. But the reason I bought 2, Stihl had like a promotion. If you buy the tool, you would get a free battery. All you had to do is fill out the warranty card and they would send you the battery. Well, I was expecting it to take like a month, 2 months. I wasn't even sure if I'd ever get it. Then in less than 2 weeks after I bought this, we got 2 new AP300, I think they're the AP300S batteries in the mail. That's a win-win. So I think I'm up to 6 of the big Stihl batteries, which is plenty. So basically, with getting 2 free batteries, the 2 new blowers are almost free. I mean, close to it. Can't beat it. Alright, just ran a little oak there through the processor. That will not be for this winter. This will be for the following winter. So I got a story for you and a warning. I like to think that I'm pretty savvy and can easily spot spammers and scammers and things like that. Well, the other day I was on TikTok and I don't go on there very often, but there's one guy that I like, Kenny's Garage. He's down in North Carolina. Seems like a pretty good dude, so I'll watch his stuff occasionally. So I scroll past one of Kenny's videos and this video pops up and it's like a kid with Down syndrome and he's crying and his mom's standing there and she's like, please don't scroll. He just wants to show you the pots that he makes for plants. Then the video continues showing this kid make these really nice pots to hold plants in, and he hand makes them. And then there's ones, I mean, they make everything. Wallets, hats, and they're always some kind of like sad story to get people to feel bad and to buy these things. There's a lot on there that are like military, police, firemen, like resin lamps or something. They'll have like a fireman standing in the resin, and it'll have wood on both sides, and it lights up, and it looks real nice in the video. But all the people making these things are making them in their garage. They show videos, not in a lot of detail how they're making them, but they show people making them. There'll be like an old guy say, "Please don't scroll. My granddaughter just wants to know if she could keep going." And there'll be like a young lady making a hat or a wallet. It could be anything, you know? And I can easily tell it's AI. It's all fake. These people aren't making these things, you know? They're all imported in. They probably don't even look anything like what they're showing in the video. So I went down a rabbit hole the other night. I start looking up, trying to find out where these things are made, some of the companies, and they're all intertangled, you know what I mean? There's no real place of business, you know, but all the videos are clearly fake, and it's deceiving because they're trying to pull at your heartstrings to make you feel bad so you will buy this stuff, which has nothing to do with the fake people showing it, if that makes sense. Well, I thought I had it all figured out, you know, but what I couldn't understand was there are hundreds and thousands of comments on these videos from people saying, "Oh, keep up the good work, sweetie. Oh, where can I buy one?" And all these positive comments from people. And I'm like, surely people can't be that dumb, you know? And I just couldn't believe it, that people can't realize this is AI stuff. So then I do some more reading and a little bit more investigating, and I think they're not real comments. They're bots. You know, they're not even real comments. So the video's fake, the comments are fake, but what they do, if you have a video with, you know, a couple 100,000 views and 5,000 comments, the algorithm will keep pushing it out, more people will see it, and occasionally they're going to get a few suckers that fall for all this. So I had no idea that all the comments were fake as well. It's kind of good news, because I thought there can't be that many dumb people in the world. I mean, there could be, but yeah, it's all fake. There's nothing real about any of it. And I don't know. I don't know where things are headed. I don't. But just beware. You know what I mean? When you're online, do your due diligence before you buy anything. Look for real people, real companies, things like that. And if you see someone really trying to pull at your heartstrings and make you feel bad for not buying it, just walk away, because it's a scam. It is. They're everywhere. I don't get as many scam calls as I used to, not near as many for some reason. I still get a few emails now and again. We don't get as many of those scam comments. People used to pretend that they were us, but they always find new ways to do things. And instead of having real people trying to fake it, they can just type a few prompts into AI. It looks very realistic, almost too good. And what's funny is you go to some of the websites, there'll be like a young lady making some craft that she's trying to sell. It'll be in her garage shop, and like they'll have one picture, the next picture, same girl, same project, like totally different tools on the shelves behind her. There's always things that are different and changed, but nobody notices that stuff. But it's all fake. It is. I thought I had it figured out. I'm like, there's a ton of dumb people out there that believe this stuff is all real, but that's not the case. They're all bots too. There's a thing called the what is it called? Dead internet theory. I don't know if we'll ever get there or not. We're partway there right now, but basically what it is, the internet's getting controlled more and more by all the different advertisers and the algorithms and the bots. The bots are what the problem is, because they can create all these bots, thousands of bots, to look like somebody watched a video, and they comment and they can direct and guide how these videos are distributed and pushed out to people, and they can sway your opinion on things. They can convince you to do things. But the dead internet theory is eventually a lot of people are going to figure it out, and it's going to be like 80% bots on the internet, you know. So one thing I like about YouTube is they're not perfect by any means, but every once in a while I'll read a thing, or I get these notifications from YouTube in my creator studio, it's called, and they talk about ways that they search out bots and don't let things like that comment. There's a lot of things. People will email me and say, why did you block me, or why did you delete my comment? Very seldom do I do that unless somebody's really nasty, or they're nasty towards somebody that I have on my channel. They'll get blocked. But a lot of times what happens, people will try to post a link in the comments. Well, it gets held for review and nobody's going to see it. And I have hundreds of those in there, and I can't go through them all. So if you try to post like a link in a comment, or something that even appears to be a link, your comment may never be seen by anybody. So that's the story on that. But trust no one, you know? Look for real people doing real things. The world's changing fast. It is. There'll be some good that comes from AI. Be a lot of bad. Already seeing it now. I don't know where it's going to end up. All right, so the hunt man and I are holding down the fort. You want a fire? He says yes. I'm gonna start a fire here, and I'll show you what I got going on. I'm not gonna finish tonight, and that's okay. I think I mentioned before, I didn't plan on getting a whole lot done this week with Melissa being gone. But I just brought some topsoil over with the wheel loader. I need about 3 more buckets in here, maybe even 4. It needs to come up quite a bit. But we'll finish that up tomorrow morning. More topsoil. I thought I would need the power rake. That's actually pretty nice stuff. I may be able to just touch it up with the landscape rake. And then on this other side, yeah, we need more topsoil over in here. And then I need to rip-wrap this bank around that side to somewhere right down in there. Plant some grass. It'll look nice. I've been holding off on doing this for good reason, and I'll tell you why. The chickens have been on strike lately. When I planted all that grass over by the chicken run there, they love to get into that straw and they tear it all up. So I'm like, they cannot get out of their run until the grass grows. So they quit laying eggs, all right? So I figured I'd give them a couple weeks before I did this. Starting tomorrow, they will be locked in their run until we get this all greened up. Chickens love that straw. They just tear it up. But since they've been getting out the last couple weeks, they've been laying like crazy. But I know as soon as we lock them in there, they will shut her down once again. What are you doing, Hunter? You gonna sit by the fire for a little bit? It's coming along nicely. By the way, there's fire starter on the website. No kindling required. I just lit that about 3 or 4 minutes ago. All oak. I wanted to show you something else we got going on here. Little new addition. Got a 65-inch TV here above the door and 2 speakers, 1 in each corner. Now, I'm not a big TV watcher, but this is like a really nice spot right here underneath this patio. And you know, I got the Blackstone right here. The other day, I was making lunch for everyone. I had a history documentary playing on the TV. It's funner the older you get, you know? At least me. I can't speak for everyone else, but the older I get, the more I like history. I'm not sure why, but that's one of the things I like to watch on TV. There's a good movie, well, we'll find out if it's good or not, on July 3rd coming out, Young Washington. I think it's going to be in the theaters, and then maybe on Angel right after that. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely check that out. But I was thinking today, this has been a crazy week with Melissa gone. You don't realize how much your wife does until she goes on vacation. Whew. And what's been happening is I haven't been sleeping hardly at all because between the dogs, Hunter, it's like a full-time job, you know? And our dogs, I've mentioned this before, we have basically bred all usefulness out of our dogs. I mean, we love them to death, we do. But it used to be, back in the day, the dogs did stuff for us. Now we're here just to serve them. So what happens is every day, by the time the dogs go to sleep, Hunter goes to bed, I want like a couple hours of just nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm exhausted, but I ended up putting something on TV. I was watching a documentary on Grant the other day, which, by the way, he and I have a couple things in common. We're both from the north. He sold firewood. I sell firewood. But anyway, I stay up till like 11:30. Last night it was like midnight. And that never happens when Melissa's here. It just doesn't. And then I'm still getting up like at 5:30. It's, whew, I'm feeling it. But she comes home, I think, in her and Eva, 2 more days. Get things back to normal. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. Like I said, fire starter's available. It's on the website. I'll put a link in the description, pin comment as well. I think that's about it. I really appreciate you guys being here, and I will catch you on the next one.